What is up, outdoor people and fellow homesteaders? It's David here in Southern Outdoors and Homesteading. Today I'm going to show y'all how to propagate elderberry trees. So mine are anywhere from 2 to 3 years old, and they were propagated themselves. Anyway, this week's been rough. Sorry I haven't posted a video recently. Last week we had an ice storm. It was pretty terrible where we live at. A lot of people still without power, and we're going on day 8, I believe. Our power got restored within 4 to 5 days, but we're still having outages, you know, regularly, and it coming back on. So a lot of us lived out here with generators, which we're thankful for, but a lot of inconveniences. No internet service unless we go to town somewhere. But anyway, it is what it is, and we're moving on. We had a lot of cleanup to do, a lot of trees down. I'll show you behind me. There's our pile of limbs just from our yard right here. But anyway, like I said, that's not what this video is about. I didn't do any videos on the cleanup. I'm more concerned with just showing y'all in this video how to trim and cut back your elderberry plants. Anyway, I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna start at the base. I'm gonna cut all these off at the ground, and so there'll be a few inches above the ground, and I'll show you where to cut them at. So I'm going to put you on my head and show you, but you'll basically cut them right above each joint, and I'll show you what the joints look like, and we'll go from there. All right, so I hope you can see that each one of these is a joint. There's a joint. You have them here, here, here. And what you want to do when you cut them down at the ground, we got new shoots coming up too. It's February. It's the right time to cut these. They're blooming, I understand that, but trust me, the blooms are gonna die off again. But what I'm gonna do is cut them above the last joint. So you'll see that's kind of how this one was when it was propagated. So I'll just cut them all about that high, about an inch or two above that last joint. Now when I'm propagating them and get all the big limbs down, I will then take them and I'll cut about 3 inches. You want 3 to 4 inches below the ground surface. So anyway, I will show y'all in just a minute. All right guys, so now that I have you on my head, I'm going to show y'all. These are a pair of buds, what I was talking about. So every little joint is a pair of buds. You need opposite buds to propagate. So like these won't do it. They're not big enough. They're not buds on both sides. Anyway, what I'll do, I'll cut all of these down right here, 2 inches or so, and straight cut across above these. That's where I'll cut those. Now the part that I cut in the ground, or will propagate from, will cut about right here, 2 inches below at a 45-degree angle, and I'll show y'all that once I get these cut out. And you'll want to plant these 3 to 4 inches below the surface, and then this will be above the surface, about 2 inches. You'll have this above the surface, and you'll have 2 inches above that. So anyway, y'all watch what we're doing, and I will show y'all at the back of the truck here in a minute once I get all these cut out. Those got opposite buds. All right, see, that one's rotten, so it's not gonna hurt nothing to get rid of it, but we can still propagate from these parts. There we go. So maybe that'll come back. We got new growth under there anyway. So that one's dead as well. All right, so we got those. Those are my raspberry plants. I'm gonna take these to the truck and I'm gonna start cutting them up. So I'm just going to show you what we got going on. There's our pile once again. I'm going to burn that, by the way, burn it in the garden, and that way I put the nitrogen and nutrients back in the garden when I burn it. Anyway, I got Ella's help out here today. I'm going to show you what to do with these. So I'm going to start. Ella, you got to hold it with both hands. You got to stop moving. All right, I'm going to cut this one off. See that? And some of these trimmings I'll pick up in a little bit. Let's go down to about right there. Look at it. All right, so that's good stem. Good stem right there. So I'm going to go down. Remember I said you need 2 sets of buds. So to propagate it, we'll go below this one and we'll cut it at a 45, about right there. Cut it at a 45. So this is a propagation. You can plant this. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. That'll root as well. And we'll plant this in the ground to about like that. And what that'll do is that'll create roots from there and here, and this will grow upwards. Anyway, see, at a 45, that's important. But you can directly propagate these in the ground. You can move them into pots. In the winter time, you don't want to move them in the pots outside because the pots can freeze. So just keep that in mind. All right, do we have more from this one? We do. All right, so hold that. We're gonna cut this one off right there. Cut it straight. All right, hold it from the other end. And I'm gonna cut. Walk out here in the light. You're in the shade of the truck. So these are where the buds are on both sides. We're gonna cut below it at a 45, remember? Just like that, so we can propagate from this one as well. Anyway, I got all of these to do. We're gonna have a bunch, and we're gonna start a bunch. So y'all just stay tuned. That's a good one. Let me see that one. We can't get nothing else. See, this one we won't be able to use any more off of because we only got 1 set of buds. Some might say you can, but
I thought that was a bud.
You got to have 2 sets. 2 sets of buds. That's 1 set. We're missing the other set.
I thought you meant like 2.
Like this one. It's got 2 sets. All right, everybody, I just finished up cutting. Ella went in to do school, but this is what we got. We got a bunch of these, probably close to 40 or so. I don't know, but anyway, we got a bunch of those. That's what's left and didn't make it of the clipping. But we're gonna take those and probably, well, I'm gonna share some of them with some people, but I'm actually going to go ahead and direct sow these into the ground. So just so y'all know, I may put some in pots, I may not, we'll see. But some of them are going to friends, some of them will be direct sown into the ground. They say that's the best way to do it, so we're going to test that theory this year. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'll direct sow. I'll wear you along for that and show you how that's done, and we'll get after it. So hope you can hear me. But I'm gonna come over here to my compost pile, fill up a 5-gallon bucket, and I'm gonna direct sow some into the ground, but I'm putting compost in where I'm direct sowing. So I'm gonna plant these on 4-foot centers, which means I need a tape measure. It's gonna be my center I'm gonna come off of there 4 feet. I'm gonna come up off of this 2 feet. Actually, yeah, that's probably good. 2 feet, and add another 4 feet.
What are you doing?
I'm just marking my spots I'm gonna put trees. 4 feet, 2 feet. Probably one more. 4 feet, 2 feet, right there. That worked out perfect. Now I got a post hole, because this doesn't have to be a whole lot of compost. Hey, there's a worm. No, it's not. I'm sorry. This is muddy. Now, I'm going to take compost, fill up that hole.
Why did all that stuff added there? Why did all that?
We're planting compost there. We're putting compost there because it's good for the plants. Oh, there's your worm.
Yeah.
Right there. All right, go over there and take it to the chickens. Walk around the corner, right here, right here. Come here. So go hand it or toss it to her. Watch him, back up. Watch him, back up, James. Look, let's throw it to this one. He don't mind. There she goes, getting that extra source of protein. Alright, so let's get us a couple to plant, and I'll show you where to go from here. We're going to put 4 in each hole. Put 4 in each hole. Trying to get some. That's a good one. Maybe 5. We got plenty here. Let's do 5. And all we're going to do is push this in the ground about that far. Well, really right up to those buds, about 3 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. No, that's 4. 5. That one found a worm just then. I'm going to spread this out. This is a low area. This will fill in. May. Alright. Now, to keep my chickens will tear into them, by the way. They love them, which is why I'm going to have them planted everywhere. It helps with coccidiosis. It helps with the avian flu. It helps with, well, elderberry helps us, and it helps with, there's I can't even think of it, cockanuma, I can't even pronounce it, y'all. But just trust me, it helps your chickens. keeps them healthy. So.
Maybe likes me.
Mamie likes you? Mamie does. Mamie's a good kitty, isn't she? All right.
Doesn't like you or Mama or Owen.
We're gonna go on to the next one now.
Here's the next.
All right, guys and girls, that's what the finished product looks like. I'm not gonna water today. I would normally suggest that you water. We have 1 inch to 3 inches of rain coming tonight or tomorrow. So that's what it looks like. I put it a hedgerow in front of my garden. That hedgerow over there is in the garden, but anyway, that's what it looks like. Hopefully you learned something. Like I said, they work great in hedges. February is supposed to be the time to do it. These have done more than budded out. You kind of want to do it before they've started to leaf out. Hopefully it won't take a toll on them too bad. Like I said, I have a whole bunch more and I'll end up planting more, but that's just an example to show you. Remember, cut on a 45 below, and you need to have at least 2 sets of buds budding, so that way you can plant the bottom one, let the other one grow. Anyway, that's what it looks like. We got it set up, we got it ready. Hopefully, I may not get elderberry from it this year, we'll see. But we're in this for the long haul, not for the short haul. Just remember that when it comes to planting, especially perennials, or in this case, elderberries. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, if you would, please share, give me a big thumbs up, whatever social media platform you're on, and subscribe. It really helps me out. We're right around 200 subscribers now, so I really appreciate it. So, we will catch y'all on the next video.